If you have a dog, you know this exact moment. You're trying to walk from one room to another, and bam, there they are. A furry little roadblock planted right in front of you. Now, it's easy to just laugh it off, but what if I told you it's never random? In this explainer, we're going to decode what your dog is really trying to say when they get in your way. You know the scene, right? You're just heading to the kitchen for a snack, and suddenly you're faced with a furry boulder in the hallway. So what's going on here? Are they just being stubborn, or is it something more? Well, it turns out this is a really complex piece of dog communication, and once you get it, it can totally change your relationship with your dog. So to figure this all out, we kind of have to put on our detective hats. This isn't just one simple habit, it's a message with a bunch of possible meanings. So let's investigate the clues, starting with an instinct that is literally hardwired into some of the most popular dogs out there. That's right. Our first motive is the herding instinct. For dogs like Border Collies or Australian Shepherds, controlling movement isn't just a fun game. It's the job they were bred to do for generations. In that instinct, it doesn't just switch off because they live in a condo instead of on a farm. Nope. And you'll see it in these really specific ways. If you've got a corgi, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The constant cutting you off, the medging your legs, the circling, they are trying to steer you. And get this, even dogs that aren't herding breeds can pick up on this, especially when it's getting close to dinner time and they're trying to herd you to the food bowl. I mean, this quote just says it all, right? It's not about them trying to be the boss. It's about them doing their job. And in their head, you're simply the flock that needs a little guidance. But herding isn't the only powerful instinct we've got to talk about. Okay, so let's dial it back, way back. For literally thousands of years, a dog's primary role was to be our protector. And that instinct to be a guardian, it is still incredibly strong. It's why they don't just stand anywhere. They pick very strategic spots. Think about it. Where does your dog do this the most? Is it right in the doorway? At the top of the stairs? To a dog, these aren't just parts of the house. They're strategic choke points. These are the places a threat would most likely come from. So by planting themselves there, they're basically setting up a little security checkpoint. So what they're really doing is communicating. They're putting their body between you and the big, scary unknown to send you a very clear message: I'm on watch, I got you. You're safe. It's just a profound act of loyalty when you think about it. All right, let's fast forward from those ancient instincts to your living room right now. Because our dogs are wicked smart. They're like little scientists who are constantly running experiments, and one of their biggest experiments is, what's the fastest way to make my human pay attention to me? And believe me, they figure out the formula real fast. The cause? Your dog turns into a furry speed bump. The effect? You stop what you're doing, you look down, and you talk to them. And boom, behavior reinforced. You've just accidentally taught them that being a roadblock is a fantastic strategy. And that's the thing, it only has to work one time. After one success, it's no longer just a random thing they did. It becomes a go-to tool in their toolbox. But, okay, it's not always so calculated. Sometimes the reason is much, much sweeter. Let's not overthink this too much, because sometimes the only motive is just pure, simple love. I mean, to your dog, you are the absolute center of their entire universe. And just being physically close to you is one of their greatest joys. And this isn't just, a nice thought. There is real science here. We're talking about an emotional bond that has been forged over 15,000 years. Studies have shown that when dogs are near us, their brains actually release oxytocin. That's the love hormone. It's the exact same chemical our brains release when we hug someone we love. So here's something you have to remember. In dog language, being close is love. When your dog leans against your legs or flops down right at your feet, they're not just getting in your way. They're reaching for you. It's their way of giving you a full-body hug. Okay, so we've investigated the motives. We understand the why. Now it's time for the practical part. What should you actually do about it? Because responding the right way is absolutely key to having clear and kind communication. So you're standing there, facing down the furry roadblock. What's the best move? Well, the goal is not to punish them or turn it into a power struggle. The goal is to clearly and calmly teach them a better way to ask for what they want. And luckily, there's a simple 3-step process. First, pick a calm, consistent cue. Something like, excuse me or move please. Step 2, and this is the hardest part, just wait, patiently. Don't step over or walk around them. That just teaches them that their strategy worked. And finally, step 3. The instant they move, you give them lots of praise. You're rewarding their choice to cooperate. And I want to be really, really clear about this part. This has nothing to do with being harsh or being the alpha. That's all old school thinking. This is simply about being a clear communicator. You're just setting polite house rules, and that actually makes your dog feel safer and way less confused. So as we start to wrap this up, let's just pull it all together. After looking at everything from herding and protection to just wanting attention, it becomes obvious that we need to totally reframe how we look at this whole thing. And here it is. This is the single most important takeaway from all of this. Your dog isn't really blocking your path. They're trying to connect with you on it. That spot in the hallway isn't an obstacle. It's a point of connection, a conversation starter. Whether they're hurting you, protecting you, or asking for a scratch behind the ears, they're using their body to try and start a conversation with you. And that's the question I want to leave you with. The next time your dog becomes a little roadblock, just take a breath. Instead of getting a little frustrated, get curious and ask yourself, what are you trying to tell me right now? Because really listening, that's where the magic is. Thanks for sticking with me, and be sure to subscribe for more explainers that decode the world around us.